Okay, hi there, this is Stephen from Midlothian Ecotherapy for Health All Round. Each week I'm doing a video based on ecotherapy for the organisation, and I'm going to be posting it online and sharing it with the website here. So in case you missed last week, just to give you a little description of what ecotherapy actually is, because it's not a term that's really well known, not even in the mental health field at the moment, but I do think that will change. So ecotherapy is really simple. It's basically about connecting with nature for our own well-being and our own mental health. I think there's very few people who would say that really connecting with the outdoors is not good for you, but I think we often just think of it as being something that's good for our physical health, to be out and to walk, without realising actually how good it is for our minds. So this week we're going to do a small exercise with focusing on birds. So for me, I never really paid that much attention to birds really up until about 2 or 3 years ago. And then all of a sudden I just realised how fascinating these creatures are, They're just these really strange animals that are, the closest descendants of dinosaurs, apparently, which really shocked me. And at the moment in spring, they're just so full of life, and they're really present, and I think with this situation that we're in with the coronavirus, with the cities becoming a lot quieter with traffic, we really start to notice them a lot more, and I think that's something we should take advantage of. So this is something really simple, and you can do it on your daily walk, and I would really recommend you to do your daily walk, because you will feel better for it. That's if you can. I also appreciate that some people can't do the daily walk. They might have symptoms, they might be unwell, you might be having to stay indoors. And if that's the case, you can open your window and do this. So I would recommend about 10 minutes a day on this if you're doing it indoors. If you're going to do it outdoors, you can do it on your walk, and really try to choose a good 10 minutes of that walk to focus on. Of course you can do more, but I think very often with these kinds of exercises, which are really based on mindfulness, our minds tend to wander, and that's totally okay, because that's what our minds are actually programmed to do, and if you find yourself, finding a bird, seeing something interesting, and your mind wanders off somewhere else, you just bring it back. It's no big deal. So so this is week 2, and we're going to do some work with birds. And basically what we're going to do is really simple. We're just going to do a bit of bird spotting. Now I'm in a countryside location, so I might have different kinds of birds flying around than where you are, but even if you're in the city, and I think especially if you're in the city, and the birds that you're seeing a lot are seagulls and pigeons and crows, these are some of the most intelligent and fascinating birds that there are. Seagulls and crows anyway. I'm not sure about the pigeons, but they're really interesting all the same in their own unique way. So just see what's happening, see what they're doing. How do you relate to it? Can you see yourself and your behaviour in any of the things they do? And if you see birds that you usually dislike or have a negative reaction to, just question, where does that come from, and why do you feel like that about certain birds, and why do other birds make you happier when you see them than others? And just play around with those questions. So you can use your sight and your sense of sound are probably the best senses to use for this. So unless you've got a particularly smelly seagull around, you don't want to do that one really, do you? So so we're going to, I think, first just have a little walk around the garden, and we'll go quiet and we'll see what we can find. So there was a crow up there then. We'll just stay silent for a minute and see what we can, if there's anything over here. Okay. So over there in the top of those trees, you can see some little birds skipping around, and if you listen, over here in this direction, you can definitely hear chirping, a little tweeting. There's also a wood pigeon there as well. And this is what happens with sound, at least with the birds, you know, even if you can't see them. I did a little test video before and I came out, and there were quite a few that you could see and not so many that you could hear, and here we're having the opposite. So so that's really nice actually. I'm just going to clean that lens there because it seems to be fuzzing up a little bit. But you get the picture and you get the idea, and I would say, you know, just play around with this and really focus. So good 10 minutes, you know, and just notice what you think and what you feel, and how you relate to them, and try to do this every day this week. So thanks again. I'm Stephen from Midlothian Ecotherapy for Health All Round. Cheers.